Welcome to The Basement. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to The Basement of Nolo.
Jose, we got to get back on this thing, man. The holidays is just like, it's a blur, but while you're in it, so much to do.
Yeah, man. That 4-day weekend was hella busy, yo. I felt like it was nonstop.
I had to work on Friday, so it was like...
Back to reality?
Not really. It was like, all right, everybody, let's go to work and pretend we're doing something when we're really just shopping online.
Yeah. It's Black Friday. What are we doing here?
What are you doing here? What's the point?
I don't work retail. Why do I have to be here?
So that's exactly what that was. But yeah, 4-day week. So you had a whole this guy over here. This guy's a full-time dad, so it's like you're never off, right?
Yo, you know what's crazy too? We had a few parties. I went to a few parties, but this nigga Kevin came down from Louisiana, so that was fun. It was crazy to see him, yo. I haven't seen him since he was a kid. Like, I spoke to him on the phone a few times, but I haven't seen him since Urban Impact days. So to see him again, he's just like, he's a man. You know what I'm saying? So weird. It's like, yo, you were just this annoying kid. You know what I'm saying? And now you're just a man.
Time flies.
Yeah.
Time flies.
It's crazy, yo.
I really appreciated the drunk text you sent me. I was like, he's thinking of me while he's drunk. Hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And you got some misspelled words. It was like you were so shocked at your own current state, you couldn't believe yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what the message
What day?
read
What
like.
day was that? I don't
even know. I think it has to be Thanksgiving.
Oh, it was Thanksgiving. I remember what happened. Jeez, that was a good day. That was crazy. That was mad people there, yo.
I'll bet.
I don't mind. I don't mind going to parties and stuff. But when there's so many people, it's almost like, all right, some of y'all gotta leave. This is just too many people here.
I gotta visit them. I gotta come over and just crash one of his parties. Like, yeah.
Yo, we had one on I think Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, and it was just literally like maybe like 20 people there, and it was just we just played games. We played Trouble. Like
that's my family's game. Right
Trouble, there. Like freaking offensive. Niggas like just quick. Everybody's trying to get it.
When I was growing up, my parents played Trouble, but they made their own rules, bro. If you got 3 6s in a row, it's a chiva, so you have to go back home automatically.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was
cursed. Legit.
I don't know if that was legit.
Oh yeah, I was like legit. Same thing with what is it? Monopoly. If you get 3 doubles in a row, you go to jail.
Wow, that's a game right
because
there.
You're scheming the system.
You're just obviously...
You have to be. You can't be successful. Whoa, there we go.
That's the milkman right there.
That's because the window's open.
That is because the window's open. Because it is like 90 degrees in here.
It is not 90 degrees. Yeah. It's not. It's like 60, 65 degrees in here.
Really? I'm so glad you could tell the weather. Give us the weather, weatherman. What are we looking at highs for today?
Today's high is 65 degrees. Today's low is 62 degrees. It's going to be rainy with a chance of clouds.
The high is the same as the low?
That's just interesting. Like 2 degrees apart. Yo, you know what I play too? Spades, yo.
I saw the picture on Instagram.
Oh, my God, I missed it. I felt like, yo, I haven't played in a minute. I was like, yo, I haven't played in a while, son. And they were like, no, it's so good. And then John, Eddie's brother was there. And I'm like, this nigga came out of jail recently. He's been playing spades. I know he's been playing spades.
I don't remember the last time I played spades.
And I don't even think I've ever played spades with Kevin before. Because he was just a kid, you know? So he was like, yo, you're my team. I was like, all right. So as soon as I stood down, I was like, yeah, I haven't played in a while, so forgive me. But then once you started playing after like 2 hands, I'm like, oh, okay.
I feel like I don't remember the rules. What's the highest cards?
It depends on the rules. The rules are different. But it was so fun. It's like poker. You know, poker's like every time you go to a table, you're like, all right, what's the rules? What are the rules we're playing with here?
I've only played poker once, so
I don't like poker.
It's too much.
I just don't find it interesting as a game. You bet, then you bet, then you bet, then you bet. I don't know. I want to just play the game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I don't like it because I don't like the fact that you could lose. and it's money and it's just nerve-wracking. I do enough of that in my personal life really well. You know what I mean? I don't need to do it in the game. But yeah. We are past the holidays. Everyone can talk about Christmas and immediately run to Home Depot to get the red plants. What are those called?
I have no idea.
Damn, son. Whatever.
I remember in Park Slope, the church, every time Christmas came around, they will have millions of those stupid plants.
I feel like centipede is the closest word to it. And the centipede is
It's
not even a
definitely
plant.
Yeah. What is it then?
Perennials?
No, perennials is a type. Oh, gosh. What are we doing here? All right,
Let's go right into the news. What do you got?
No. We're going to find out through this. Red Christmas. Where?
You guys already know the answer and are looking at us like, these guys are idiots. Why am I listening to this
Red
show?
Christmas flower name. Here we go.
It is?
It's called...
Doesn't want it.
Poinsettia.
Poinsettia. I was close.
A Mexican poinsettia.
Oh, that leads us right into one of our topics.
Mexican topic. Let's just go with it.
Let's just go for it.
So, did you see what happened on the border?
I could not unsee what have happened in the border. There's so many memes, so many footage of people analyzing where the wow. Oh God!
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
The soul, my soul, gone. My soul is gone. Let's just make sure we're still recording here. So there was so many like memes of people pointing out the cameraman and how it was all host, how it was all set up to make it look like this when it really wasn't. I was listening to Ben Shapiro and how he was explaining. He was explaining how asking for asylum, right? Asylum?
Yeah.
And what that really means and how they could just go right there, get online and apply for it.
Yeah. They don't have to do what they're doing now.
Then they don't have to.
No, they can just walk up to the border and be like, "Help me."
Can I get some? And then I heard somebody else saying how they were offered by their own government medical assistance, aid, schooling, and some of them took it and some of them didn't. Of course, Trump threatening to shut down the border permanently.
Ooh, permanently?
Yeah, permanently.
Seal it up.
Put a lot of like that black caulking thing that you've seen on TV. Yeah, Flex Seal.
Just Flex Seal the whole wall.
Just Flex Seal the whole wall. That's just what I think about when Trump talks. It's like a TV commercial.
Yeah.
But you know, as a Latin person, I'm not Mexican, but I'm of Latin descent.
Oh, okay.
If you couldn't tell. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm almost like, you guys obviously have, I could understand if they're there, if they tried to go the legit way and were turned down.
Yeah.
At least they tried going the legit way.
The problem with the legit, okay, so as a Latin person.
Otro.
I'm not torn really, but I look at both sides of the situation. And I'm like, I get why it's like that. You know what I'm saying? Look, if you're going from, where they're coming from, Guatemala or something like that? Honduras?
I'm going to say Mexico.
No, they're coming from way further than that. Because they walked past a couple countries before they got here. Okay, from America's point of view, you say, you've come from Guatemala, you walk through Honduras, you walk through Mexico, and now you're at our gates asking for asylum. Why didn't you take asylum when Mexico offered it to you? You know what I'm saying? When you got to the southern point of Mexico's a long country. You know what I'm saying? When you got to the southern point of Mexico, when you finally crossed that border, when Mexico said, we're going to offer asylum to anybody that wants it.
Kind of, the shape kind of looks like a hernia, like a little.
I don't know what you're saying.
It's like Mexico's like the hernia of America.
That's a big ass hernia.
That's a huge hernia.
We got to get that removed. But yeah, Mexico offered it to them. Some people did take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, let's look, realistically, if all I know is English and whatever, China offers me asylum, I'm like, oh, I'd rather go to England. Because at least I know how to get around. I could talk to people. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So think about, if you're Guatemalan and Mexico offers you, that's a Spanish-speaking country. You're like, you know what? I'm probably better off there with my kids. Because we can understand everything that's going on. And Mexico's, listen, people paint Mexico like it's a poor country. It's not a poor country. You know what I'm saying?
Have you been there?
I haven't been there.
It's a poor ass country, son. But what I seen,
I've watched novelas. And I can see that it's not, I see that's not a crazy poker. This nigga watches novelas. So.
That was the first novela I was introduced to as a kid. My mother would watch it. It was this little poor girl on the beach who was really rich and part of this family, but they threw her away, kind of thing.
Oh, so she was rich.
She was rich.
So they got rich people. All right,
they got really, really rich and really, really poor. Nothing in between.
Oh, damn, that sucks. Her father was a gambler?
Yeah, something like that.
So, so America's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You definitely don't want asylum because when it was offered to you, you didn't take it. Right? So
no, but we want the American dream.
That's the problem. The way they're doing it is not the American. That's not the way you get the American dream. That's not the way you achieve it. Again, from their perspective, they're trying to escape something. They want a better life for their kids. Some of them are trying to run away from violence, which is fine. They need to seek asylum. But if Mexico offered it to you, you should have just took it. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you skipped over Mexico and went to America means that you're seeking more than asylum. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you're using an asylum like, oh yeah, I want quote unquote asylum. What I really want is money. You know what I'm saying? Because
better job.
Yep, because America
Good
got that
healthcare.
Sweet, sweet welfare. You know what I'm saying? As much as people say America hates poor people, nigga, we take care of them. All right? You got WIC, welfare. What's the other one called? WIC, welfare. There's another one. Food stamps. We got Medicaid. You know what I'm saying? So people say that America doesn't care about poor people. You're overlooking what America does for the poor people. You know what I'm saying?
Are they? Isn't that why they're coming?
That's why they're coming. Yeah,
that's why they're coming.
That's why other people from other places are coming over here because we treat our people good. You know what I'm saying? I think we treat them a little too good. You know what I'm saying? We can make them too comfortable and they stay there.
Right.
You know, but that's why they want here. America, Mexico's like, I'll offer you asylum, but you're gonna have to find a job, figure it out.
Well, they're looking for jobs. Thousands were laid off on GM. You saw that?
In Guatemala?
In America.
So that they can't come in. We got our own problems.
We got our own problems. Yeah, the GM is looking to go like Tesla, driverless, more economic, smarter vehicles.
That's what's coming.
Saving them millions a year by laying off. I don't know how many people, but sad.
Yeah, everything's going that way. Everything's going to be automated. There's going to be a tipping point
where
I believe what's going to come is a universal basic income, where everybody's just going to get a paycheck automatically, no matter what. You're just a citizen, you get money.
Wow, robots work for us.
Yeah, I think
we get their check.
The way it's going to have to be implemented is they're going to have to tax the crap out of companies that hire robots. You know what I'm saying? So if a company makes, let's say, $1 million, and they spend half of that on workforce, paying people,
right?
I think America should charge them, instead of half, charge them 40, take that 40, and throw it to the universal basic income for everybody. For every company that does that. If you do automation, past a certain point, like 50%, whatever,
you got to invest.
Then we have to charge you a 40% tax, and you have to invest into the to the country.
It'll be a bunch of little shops and stuff.
What do you mean?
Like those the little businesses would be what is left of the American workforce.
Yeah, that'll be the American dream. It'll be.
Look, I made a little.
It'll be just like in Star Wars or Star Trek or whatever, when you're walking through the outside. Then what do you call it? Like a mall. They walk through and there's a bunch of stands and there are people working there, trying to sell stuff.
Oh, like the.
Like in Aladdin.
Are those not concessionals?
Concession stands?
No,
I don't know. But it's gonna be like that, but with people and robots working together. Like,
yeah.
Because the big company's gonna be run by robots, so all they got is little people selling stuff.
Play that video you got of the Mexicans, because this image alone,
first of all,
became very popular.
Excuse me, Mr. Racist.
What?
They're not Mexican, all right?
Well, look, you know what I'm saying.
They're Guatemalans, and then there's definitely a few Mexicans there, trying to take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Caravan. Oh, you saw that they get hit with tear gas?
Yeah,
I saw people arguing.
I mean, if you're a patrol officer, right? If you're a border patrol officer and you get hit by a rock,
yeah, word. Migrant caravan. Storm.
I'd like to get home, watch my novela without a black eye or
it doesn't.
scar.
That's the people are like, oh, there were kids in there. It's just like, yeah, what are you doing running with your kids? Look at this.
I thought you already had the video loaded, son.
I was looking for YouTube because the
commercials, turn it on.
The one that we have was from what's the name of that? Guardian or something, and I just hate it because there's always somebody talking over it.
Here we go.
Oh, there she goes.
The U.S.
That's not what I wanted to see.
Tear gas fired by
Yo, this is crazy.
U.S.
How old is she with a pamper? Come on, man.
That picture is getting a lot of attention even this morning.
Result, the border officials took this.
All right, ignore this chick. Look at this. Okay, now this. Look at that, son. People are running to the border, right? So now this, you know what this does? This gives fuel to Donald Trump and all his people saying that this is an invasion. That looks like an invasion to me, right? People are storming the border. Yeah, that looks weird, yo. Let's go back to that real quick. I know it's not. It can't be. But what I imagine is a bunch of soldiers standing in a line holding up shields like they're about to be attacked. I know it's not, but that's what it looks like. It's
definitely not, but it definitely does. Because it kind of tilted that way, too. Like they're having a hard time holding it up.
That's hilarious. But look at this. Órale, güey.
They're not Mexican, bro.
Yeah, but they speak like that down there too. They say órale and güey.
All the way?
Yo, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, guys. Yo, this guy, I think his name was Ami Horowitz. He went down to there to go see what that was really about. He was like, people are saying, you know, it's women and children, blah, blah, blah. He goes, I see a lot of guys here. I want to say like 90% men. So it's not just women and children. It's mostly men. And when you speak to them, they're talking about they want money. That's why they're doing it, for the money. And then some people admitted that they committed crimes in the past, and they want to
zombie scene right there.
That's word, yo. That's what it looks like. That's what the zombie scene looks like. Oh, they put a ladder right next to it for you. Thank you.
Nice.
You
guys are work and good construction. Good architecture work.
But then he went out there and he started asking people questions like, "Why you want to go to America?" And almost all of them said money. Almost all of them said money. And then one thing that he said that was interesting, he goes, while I'm here with them, you know, traveling with them for a few days, I see truckloads coming with water and food and medical.
Wouldn't it be cheaper just to take over the whole country? Make them like another state and work for us, tax them?
Who, them?
Yeah,
there's not enough of them. But
no, the whole Mexico, the whole country.
Make them a state of the United States?
Yeah. Take over.
That'd be nice. That would be nice. That would work. Because then it's like, what are you doing crossing the border, huh? You're in America already.
You're welcome.
I give you all citizenship. You know what, though? If America was somehow joined with Mexico, like, look at this. They even went under the wall. Jesus Christ. If America were to somehow join with Mexico.
Men.
That's what I'm saying.
Two women.
Men.
One woman.
Oh, there's some women there. All the rich people would flood Mexico in America. They'd be like, that's land. Free land that we can, you know.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm taking that.
And then you got cheap labor?
Yeah. I mean, you know, cheap. I mean, if it's America, they're going to have a minimum wage.
Right. But still cheap.
Federal minimum wage will automatically take over. It'll be... I can already hear the complaints, nigga. I can already hear it. If Mexico was like, look, we're just going to join America. Done. And then the president of Mexico was like, the only rule I want to be vice president, okay? Okay, Trump? And Mexico was like, all right, let's do that. Boom. As soon as it happens, the federal minimum wage automatically applies to Mexico. The Mexican companies can't afford that. They go out of business. The white companies take over because they can't afford it. American companies take over. And then they're going to be like, look at the white people taking over. It's just like, yo.
There'll be complaints on both sides.
Yeah, there'll be complaints everywhere. Because the people in the Americas will be like, yo, you wanted them to have citizenship. We gave it to them. You know? With citizenship comes these things. Minimum wage laws, this law, that law. That's what you wanted. You know? But that's not the way they're going to see it. They're like, oh, the white man taking over again.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's always been that, though. Right?
Yeah. It's always...
Los conquistadores.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother story.
What? That's a whole other subject. Did you see Johnny Leguizamo's
I saw a little bit of it.
I saw half of it, and I didn't want to finish it. Right?
Yeah, I saw some.
Because I was like,
I was just running around doing things.
To do this iPad says I have 5,500 emails.
Wow, you're so popular.
From who? I don't know anybody. I just know you.
I saw Did I see the whole thing? I did see the whole thing.
Of
I saw
what?
some of it one time, some of it on the John Leguizamo.
You saw the whole thing?
I think I did see the whole thing.
No, I'm halfway through it, and I was like, not gonna do it.
What I did see of it, I think I saw the whole thing. Yeah, but I wasn't happy with it. I was like,
Don't spoil it.
You could have did better, sir.
You think
There's
so?
so much history. He went over.
Nah, he went over.
He went over some stuff.
Some stuff.
But there was so much stuff that he didn't talk about that I was like, man, you missed so much history there. It almost feels like, I guess because he's Puerto Rican and I'm Puerto Rican, I'm like, please, this history that needs to be spoken about. Did not touch it. They didn't touch it at all. You gotta watch it. I don't want to mess it up for you.
I guess I do then.
Some history that was definitely should have been addressed. He addressed for sure.
Right.
The fact that the Indians from America, Central America, South America, the Caribbean, they're all the same type people. They were just spread out. And when the whites came from Europe, they wiped out. They wiped out the Aztecs. They wiped out. They went to each place and they wiped out each Indian tribe, right? Everywhere, right? The only survivors are what? American Indians. Those are only survivors. You know what I'm saying? The Tainos are gone. You know what I'm saying? There's no Taino tribe anywhere in this world.
No,
done.
They're eradicated.
Aztecs gone. There was another group that he was talking about. Gone. The only ones that are still here are because America allowed them to have land. They gave them reservations. They're like, y'all can live. But yeah, y'all they're just. I mean, what do you expect people to think? You know what I'm saying? The people on the quote unquote right wing, this is so much fuel for fire for them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me go back to what I was saying with the Ami Horrors guy. He was saying that the caravan's getting, constant trucks of water, trucks of food giving to them. He goes, who's paying for that?
Yeah.
They're poor. They don't have money. Somebody's giving them food and water, and it's not the Mexican government. You know what I'm saying? Because they were in Mexico at the time. He's like, so who's giving it to them? And then he investigated, asked who's working. Oh, they work for this company, blah, blah, blah. He looked into it. The company is an American company. He's like, so somebody from America is funding this. So it's not a conspiracy theory. Because I'm here watching it.
Inside job.
Yeah.
CNN.
What? So it looks like somebody's definitely not paying them money, but making sure that they can make it. You know what I'm saying?
Getting them to the door.
Yep. They're like, oh, look, I'm putting breadcrumbs. You hungry? Here you go. Eat that. It's one step closer to America. Keep going. Come on. One step closer to America. And then they're here. So somebody's been funding something to take care of them the whole time.
Who do you think that is?
The Democrats. I mean, they're the ones that want it. They're the ones that are like, open borders. They do not understand what open borders mean.
I feel
what I'm
like
saying?
They just... let me not say that.
If you have open borders in America, America would be the most populous country in the world because everybody would run here. Because we have the strongest economy in the world. It's official. You saw that? It just happened. America's the strongest economy in the whole world. It just happened.
What? Say that again?
America just broke the strongest economy. I think China had it for a long time. But America took it again. We have the strongest economy in the world. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
And we're still in deficit. So we have money. We know how to make money. We just don't know how to manage it correctly. That's what it is.
We don't know how to manage our waste either.
You know who did a good job? Clinton. He did a good job managing the country. They should bring that nigga back. But I don't know. Now he's old. You saw he was looking at Ariana Grande in that funeral?
Ariana Grande. What? Say that again?
Whose funeral was it?
Wasn't it this famous singer?
Damn. Oh yeah, what was her name? Patti LaBelle?
Yeah. Aretha Franklin.
Aretha Franklin, yeah. This nigga.
He's looking old though.
Look at him. Yeah, man. I don't care what you think, Democrat, Republican, whatever. Yo, he was a man, yo. Yo, this guy, yo. Why do they invite this guy?
Who is this?
This is Louis Farrakhan.
Louis Farrakhan, yes.
First of all these niggas right here, Kun. Him, he's the worst. He only shows up if there's a financial gain.
Farrakhan is worse than Sharpton?
Oh, yeah. He's mad racist. He's super racist. Super racist. But because he's black, they don't want to call him out. But he says crazy stuff, yo. Like the Jewish people are freaking, they're like garbage and stuff. He only shows up if there's a financial incentive, right?
Okay.
This guy right here, I forgot his name, Jesse Jackson. He's the reason why we don't call black people black. We call them African American. You know what I'm saying? He gave him that term. He made that up. So some people that are from Haiti or Jamaica and they get referred to as African American, thank Jesse Jackson.
How did we deal with technology back then?
Why?
Like, this is an Apple II. I'm dying here just to load one page.
It's because it's an old tool. It's not just that it's Apple
old.
II. It's the fact it's an old computer.
No, it's not Apple. I'm not talking about Apple.
No. I'm saying that it's not the technology that's old. It's the fact. I mean, it's the fact that it's old.
Technology?
Like, let's say we bought an Apple II brand new in the box and we opened it today.
It would be amazing.
It'll be good.
Because we're slow.
What do you mean?
Like, our perception of what's fast back then, this was fast.
Oh, yeah.
This was amazing. This is not amazing.
No, but I'm saying if we had an Apple II fresh in the box and we opened it right now, it'll be faster than that one. Because that one's been used so much that it's old.
Oh, you think I need to do a whole reset and it'll be fast?
Probably, yeah. I think that'll work.
What? And
so.
see the whole hello screen?
We did that with my son's iPad and it worked much better.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Don't get me wrong, it's old. It's an old piece of technology.
What generation?
Two, that one.
The same thing?
Yeah, the same
Two?
one. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah. It's crazy. And then, yo, I feel bad for Ariana Grande. It's because she looked good. She had so much crap. Because remember that pastor, this guy right here? Boom. Remember this?
Yeah.
Yo,
He's all
son.
in that titty.
Even she was like, yo, are you serious? What is going on right now? Even
Yeah,
she's
but go back to that picture. Go back to that. Where was her hand on?
Well, I mean, look, it's funny. That's funny. She was grabbing his ass. Everybody's blaming
Everyone's
him.
blaming him.
She's like cuffing his butt.
Cuffing his butt.
Look at her though.
I thought it was consent.
If you look at the video, the way he grabs her, she kind of like, I'm not going to talk about this. This is so old. But when he grabs her, she kind of like pulls away. But he pulls her in tighter. I don't know. The whole thing's messed up.
I mean, it could have been edited like the karate chop from
The Trump karate chop?
the Trump Acosta's karate chop. I can't believe this hasn't loaded yet.
And look, this is all right. Just to go back to the caravan, is one last thing. This is what it was when they got from Guatemala into Mexico. This is what it looked like.
Yo, that's a zombie apocalypse.
That's a zombie
invasion
apocalypse.
Right there.
The ones that are there now got rides in cars, in trucks. They got rides. There's the group
And the
coming.
vans, the buses.
You know how many caravans are on their way here right now, or between the first one to now, 6. Of thousands of people walking like this. 6 of them, 6 groups.
That's insane.
Okay, so you don't think that sounds like an invasion to people?
How did they get?
People
these
are
vans?
like, yo, we need to stop them. And you can't be mad at them for thinking that. And it's not that it's racist. It's just that it's crazy.
It's crazy how, oh snap, they're seeing this.
Yeah, that's
girl.
fine. We're gonna talk about it right now. And there's people that support it. Like, let them in, let them come in. It's because they don't understand supply and demand. If you have too much workers, the value of the workers is low because you have so much. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, think about diamonds. Diamonds are quote unquote rare. They're not really rare. It's a whole conspiracy theory, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that diamonds cost so much is because there's less available to people, right? If you look at something like cop iron or, whatever, sterling silver, just to stick to the jewelry. Sterling silver is cheaper than gold because there's more sterling silver than there is gold.
But also gold has a lot more properties, right? A lot of properties.
Okay, whatever.
It's used in technology.
It looks pretty. That's what I'm talking about. All right?
It's more than just pretty.
All right.
That's why they say don't throw away your technology because there's gold and.
So speaking of more than just pretty, she is more than just. She is.
This guy woke up, wrote this down, rehearsed this.
I do this
morning.
when I wake up in the morning. I take a crap and I write this down. I write down a list of what I want to do for the day. I write down
Never
my
want to
goals.
borrow your pen.
I don't write it down on paper. Ooh, you walk around with a notepad in the bathroom? Ocasio-Cortez.
Ooh, God. Oh, don't do that. Scare. Ooh.
All right.
That's that fake political smile. Dun, dun, dun.
I feel like I know this courthouse. I've been to that courthouse, nigga. Is that her? No, that's not her. Where would they put her? Anyway, so
She supports it.
She has become. All right.
The poster boy.
Yeah. So for the left wing, Trump is the cuco. Right.
For those of you who don't know what cuco is, it's referred to as the monster, the boogie monster.
The boogie monster, whatever, yeah.
Right.
For the right wing, she's the boogie monster. She's the cuco. The right wing is scared of her. That's what she is. She's the monster.
All right, let's switch gears for a second. In Trenton, New Jersey is officially one step closer to legal weed after a rare joint panel of lawmakers from the Senate and Assembly approved a bill on Monday to regulate, tax, and legalize marijuana. Thoughts?
Ooh. So it's one step closer to legalization?
One step closer. In January, it'll be official. They have the votes.
What kind of legalization, though? Recreational?
Recreational.
Wow.
It'll be the 11th state to legalize recreational marijuana.
Oh, man. Let's go invest.
Money.
But
I think the governor or somebody, they don't want the 15% tax, I believe it is. They want 25.
Do whatever you want.
25% tax.
It's illegal. It's illegal now. 25% tax is just like nothing. Yeah. Either nothing or 25% tax. Which one you want?
Yeah.
You want jail time or you want to be taxed 25%?
So some local communities are already, taking measures to prevent shops to be open in their neighborhoods. Projections, people project that the crime rate's going to be reduced.
Oh, hell yeah!
Dramatically.
Because you take out something that's illegal, make it legal. It's not illegal, so there's no more criminals.
Right. There's
so
no
it's
active
automatic.
crime.
Yeah.
Automatically. Yeah. There's no active crime.
Just your homeboy. Well, people talk about, you arrest black man for marijuana, white man this, but you right. All those your homies in the hood, they're no longer going to be arrested for the weed that they got in their pocket. You should be supporting this 100%. Just for the fact that there'll be less minorities in jail. Just that one thing.
The legalization bill was approved 7-4 with 2 abstentions by members of the Senate Budget Committee. Excuse me. And 7-2 with 1 abstention by those in the Assembly Appropriations Committee. If passed, it could go into effect by next year.
Ooh, let's see. I just want to look at pictures. Look at this nigga. Was Chris Christie have to do with that?
Jesus.
Is he still Chris Christie?
No, he's done.
Joe Rogan doesn't like Chris Christie.
Good for Joe Rogan.
He says that he has an addiction problem.
Chris Christie?
Yeah.
I mean, by a food?
A food addiction, yeah.
I mean...
You ever saw Chris Christie in the baseball game? Look at this, bro. I don't even know how to spell his name. Chris... Oh, wait. There's an R in there.
While you look for that, I'm going to go get my phone.
Chris Christie? Damn, I'm...
Because I don't want you guys to see my fat belly.
Chris Christie at the baseball game? Look at this guy! This is what Joe Rogan... Yo, this is crazy. Oh my gosh. Look at this guy. Oh my God. Yeah. So this is why he says he's addicted to food, yo. You gotta admit, there's all kinds. Jesus. There's all kinds of addiction in this world. Food addiction is one of them. You know what I'm saying? If you're addicted to food, admit to it. That's your boy.
Oh my gosh. What is that?
That's a boy right there.
Is that a fanny pack?
Look at this.
Is he hiding a fanny pack under there? Wow, he looks like a cartoon.
It does look like... I just thought the same thing.
Which cartoon are we thinking about? Wow, dude. That is a perfect sphere.
Yeah.
That's what Earth doesn't look like.
Yeah, that is crazy, though.
You saw...
Look at this. Look what somebody edited this. Look at that.
Let me see. The Peanut Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely the Peanut Man.
Yeah, so Joe Rogan's like, yo, this nigga's addicted to food. You gotta get, you gotta be legit. So anyway, so she's the cuckoo. And look, man, just like with Trump, that yeah, sure, he's the cuckoo for you guys, and you're right to be fearing of him, the same way that the right should be fearing her, because she's gonna bring something, you know what I'm saying, to the table that is not on the table right now.
Your thoughts on this?
Outlawing guns won't stop people from getting them. Outlawing drugs and abortion will stop people from getting them. Yeah, that's true. Both are true. Yeah, 100%.
Which one do you pick? Republicans.
Yeah.
So this was on Instagram by, I think it's Libertarian that have the.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, this seems like a libertarian thing because they're like, it doesn't make any sense to outlaw. Now, my thing with abortion has more to do with murder than, like, you're not killing somebody by doing drugs. You're doing drugs. You're not forcing somebody else to do drugs. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with guns. I have a gun. I'm not forcing you to have a gun. But abortion, you're not killing yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're killing another person.
Right.
And that's my thing with abortion is, and that's why I don't say I wouldn't say necessarily I'm pro-life. You know what I'm saying? I'm just pro-decision making. It's not your decision to make at all. You know what I'm saying? You don't say I want to, my 3-year-old, he's just a pain. You know what? I'm just going to kill him. And the government's going to be like, that's fine. You make a decision for your kid because he's under 18 and he's your kid. No, that's not the way it works. You know what I'm saying? It's still a life, So that's my qualm with abortion. Look, abortion should have. If you want to have an abortion, is because 99% of abortions have to be, I just don't have a baby right now. That's it. No, my kid is gonna be sick, or I got raped, or incest, or whatever. If that's the case, then we can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We could work something out. That's fine. But I'm having an abortion because my boyfriend didn't pull out. You know what I'm saying? No, you got to be responsible, and you got to take responsibility for your actions. You should have thought about this before. Use your life as a story for the next generation now.
So, I was watching. Let's see,
Rick and Morty. You finally watched it.
My son was talking about Rick and Morty.
Your son watched it?
Yes.
Oh, Lord, you got to watch it,
Time
man.
to stop wasting time, get on with meaningful work, and stop picking on women and trying to take their choice away. I yield back to the balance of my time.
The time of the gentleman has expired. We welcome our distinguished witnesses today. Do you and each of you swear that the testimony that you are about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? And I'll now begin by introducing today's witnesses. The first witness is Dr.
You heard that old phone?
Anthony Levatino. Dr. Levatino is a board-certified obstetrician gynecologist. Over the course of his career, Dr. Levatino has practiced obstetrics and gynecology in both private and university settings, including as an associate professor of OBGYN at the Albany Medical College. And Dr. Levatino, we'll begin with you. Welcome.
Thank you, Chairman and members of the committee. I only have 5 minutes, so I'm going to get right to it. Second trimester D&E abortions performed between roughly 14 and 24 weeks of gestation. Your patient today is 17 years old. She's 22 weeks pregnant. Her baby is the length of your hand plus a couple of inches. And she's been feeling her baby kick for the last several weeks, but she's asleep on an operating room table. You walk into that operating room scrubbed and gowned, and after removing laminaria, you introduce a suction catheter into the uterus. This is a 14 French suction catheter.
Holy crap, bro.
If she were 12 weeks pregnant or less, basically the width of your hand or smaller, you could basically do the entire procedure with this. But babies this big don't fit through catheters this size. After suctioning the amniotic fluid out from around the baby, you introduce an instrument called a Sofer clamp. It's about 13 inches long. It's made of stainless steel. The business end of this clamp is about 2.5 inches long and 1/2 inch wide. There are rows of sharp teeth. This is a grasping instrument. When it gets a hold of something, it does not let go. A D&E procedure is a blind abortion, so picture yourself introducing this and grabbing anything you can blindly and pull, and I do mean hard, and out pops a leg about that big, which you put down on the table next to you. Reach in again, pull out an arm about the same length, which which you put down on the table next
Look
to
at the
you,
reactions.
and use this instrument again and again to tear out the spine, the intestines, the heart and lungs.
Yep. Shock.
Head in the baby that size is about the size of a large plum. Can't see it, but you've pretty good idea you've got it if you've got your instrument around something and your fingers are spread about as far as they go. You know you did it right if you crush down on the instrument and white material runs out of the cervix. That was the baby's brains. Then you could pull out skull pieces. And you have a day like I had a lot of times. Sometimes a little face comes back and stares back at you.
Yo.
Congratulations, you just successfully performed a second trimester D&E abortion. You just affirmed her right to choose.
One more question, Dr.
Yeah.
Levitt.
So, a little raw. He goes in and says, the reason I am being, I'm not trying to disgust anyone, but paint the picture of the reality of what was going on.
Yeah, this is what it
What's
really is.
really interesting
Tino,
is the rest of his
Why
testimony.
did you end your practice of doing abortions?
I did over 1,200 abortions over a 4-year
You could see the regret as he's saying that.
period in private practice, not counting the ones that I did during my training. I met my wife during my first year of training at Albany Medical Center. We got married about a year later and found that we had an infertility problem. After years of failed infertility treatment and several years trying to adopt a child, we were blessed with adopting a little girl that we named Heather in August of 1978. As sometimes happens in those situations, my wife got pregnant the very next month, and we had 2 children 10 months apart. 2 months short of my daughter Heather's 6th birthday, she was killed in an auto accident and literally died in her arms in the back of an ambulance.
Wow.
Anyone who has children might think they have some
Word.
idea of what that feels like, but unless you've been through it yourself, you have no idea whatsoever. I know people find it hard to believe, but what do you do after disaster? You bury your child and then you go back to your life. And I don't remember exactly how long it was after my daughter died that I showed up at Albany Medical Center OR number 9 to perform my first second trimester D&E abortion. I wasn't thinking of it as anything special. This was routine to me. But I reached in, literally pulled out an arm or leg and got sick. Earlier on I described stacking up body parts on the side of the table. It's not to, gross people out, to use a simple term. When you do an abortion, you need to keep inventory. You have to make sure you get 2 arms and 2 legs and all the pieces. If you don't, your patient's going to come back infected, bleeding, or dead. So I soldiered on and finished that abortion. And I know it sounds, as I said, hard for people to believe, but I'm telling you straight up my experience. After over 1,200 abortions, first and second trimester up to 24 weeks and all the rest of it, and being very dedicated to it, for the first time in my life, I really looked at that pile of body parts on the side of the table. And I didn't see her wonderful right to choose, and I didn't see all the money I just made. All I could see was somebody's son or daughter. And I stopped doing late-term abortions after that, and several months later stopped doing all abortions.
So, yeah.
Damn, son.
Let's talk about it now.
Wow. That's crazy, yo. That's crazy.
It leaves you speechless. And we're both. Obviously, if you can't tell by now, we're both individuals that are pro-life. And the mere fact that there are so many people that can't have kids and that are willing to take on children. I can't imagine being this guy.
Yeah.
And having this woke moment, and you can't turn back all those abortions that he's done.
I think he had a realization of what was happening.
Like he said, I really looked for the first time.
Because for years you become indoctrinated to believe this, to believe that. Oh, it's just a clump of cells. It's just whatever. It's not a real person.
And after a while, so many times doing it,
and he's been doing it for years, so he should be not immune to it.
Numb to it.
Yeah,
it's like
numb
muscle
to it. Just,
music.
whatever. Yeah, I'm just doing it. Whatever.
I do the same route on the bus all the time.
All the time.
My route never changes. 20 years. I don't even think about the turns. They just happen.
They just happen.
That's exactly. And then for him to have this moment where and it took something tragic in his own life to then change his views.
Yeah, to think that he had 2 kids during working this job. That means that his wife had a kid and he held a baby in his arm, even probably the size of the babies that he aborted, and didn't even think about it.
No, that's insane.
Yeah.
That's really insane. And look, when it comes to the women's right, you have a lot of rights. You know, we've said this before. You've said that. You had the right not to have sex.
Yeah.
You have the right to protect yourself. You had the right to say no.
Yeah.
You also had the right to say, okay, this happened, and I can have this child given away to someone who would love and care for her. But I don't think the issue is resolved with individuals who are 20 and older. I think the issue can be resolved or tended to, going back to the junior high schools and teaching them early.
Yeah. Listen,
but
man.
what parents these days actually sit their child down and discuss these things?
I do youth ministry, man, and for years the church had the position of nope, abstinence, meaning no, don't have sex, just don't. The truth of the matter is, you're not going to be with them 24 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually, some of them are going to go on their own and they're going to experiment. You know what I'm saying? You can't always stop them. You can tell them, don't do it. It's better. And I know as a married man, I know it's better to wait. You know what I'm saying? As a person that didn't wait before, I didn't wait. I was a kid and I went for it. Any opportunity I had. And after being married, I realized, it's much better to wait. 100% better to wait. You avoid so much problems. Everything's more.
But also live a little.
What do you mean?
Live a little.
What do you mean?
Like, people jumping right into it and not enjoying what it's like to be single and travel and do a little me, myself, and I. Yeah. But I think there was a study. They're saying that adults are having children at a later age, 27, 30s. Where before, I think in the 90s, it was like, you're 15, you ain't pregnant yet?
Yeah, word.
Right? 90s, it was like, 15
in the Spanish
pregnant was like,
community, we have quinceañera. That means that you're ready.
Dun, 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 dun.
You're ready, baby.
Is that the same thing at 16?
Yeah. The quinceañera, the reason why they come down with that big fluffy dress is because it's like a wedding thing. You know what I'm saying? Like showing the world, look, she's a flower now.
She's a flower.
Yep, exactly.
In the garden.
Exactly. That's what it's supposed to be.
Weird, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, look. Think about it. Now it's weird because where we are now. But back in the day, it
was normal.
Having a daughter or a son, it's a valuable asset to your family.
Right. It was like,
So when you have a daughter,
this is an investment.
When you have a daughter, you want to show off what you got and let the men come with whatever they have to make trades.
The prettier.
Yeah. You want my daughter? What do you have to offer?
You got an acre.
You got a cow.
What you got? You
got a donkey.
Cows.
You got what you got? We're trading here.
Yo, I went to Costco's and I have this.
You saw a donkey?
No, but every time I see like something on sale, something I'll never buy to eat. I'm like, I gotta try it. It's $3 off. This may never happen again. That's my mindset, right? So I brought like rare cheese, sheep cheese. Sheep milk cheese.
Wow, that's weird.
And goat cheese.
I tried goat cheese.
I've tried. It's all right. The sheep was weird.
We eat goat cheese all the time in my house. Goat cheese with what do we eat it with?
Bro, I got some right there, bro. You could try the sheep cheese.
I'll try the sheep cheese after. You know what? Go get it now. Let's try it now. Right on the air.
Hold on.
Just slice me a chunk.
No, they're cut up in perfect little triangles.
Thank you. I'll try it right now.
We're gonna do a little taste test.
We're gonna do a taste test with the goat cheese. So goat cheese is actually pretty good. I like goat cheese. Damn, what do we eat it with? I feel like we eat it with something. I think guava and goat cheese sounds right. I don't know. I think sometimes we put it in the empanadas. What am I saying? The pastelillos. So yeah, I got no problem tasting cheese. Yeah, I kind of want to say this. So I'll say it to you guys now that we're just go back to the. You know what? Oh, he's coming in right now. With the sheep cheese? Jesus.
All right.
What the heck? It came in that?
No, I saved the Tupperwares from the Thai restaurant songs.
So you have like 100 of them or something?
I do, because my son is like infatuated with the Thai rice that they make.
What's in there?
Huh?
What's in there?
That's sweet potato crackers with quinoa and flax seeds. I eat like a gerbil. All right, so Just take a whiff of that.
It actually doesn't smell that bad.
So I think the top one is goat. I think the yellow one is sheep. I think. I forgot.
Is it sandwiched?
Yeah, they're like slices.
Okay, so these are both different. Oh, I can see the difference on the side.
Yes.
All right, so what's the top one you think?
I think that's either. I have no idea, bro.
All right, let's just try it.
Let's try that one.
All right, you've already had it, obviously.
I've had it. I'm not interested anymore.
Some sheep cheese.
I mean, you know the taste of the goat one.
Yeah, I know the goat one tastes like.
What happened?
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Beso.
Really?
Yeah. I'm trying to think, what is it on the menu that tastes like this? With this, it's like tart. The word I want to use. It's like a high, like a sharp taste to it.
Tarty?
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 I don't know.
Try this one. Try the other one. The real yellow one.
On the bottom right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want a cracker?
No. Okay.
I gotta find some.
It's not that bad.
Yeah? I don't know. I just kept seeing "meh" in the back of my head as I was eating the slice. My son wasn't having it.
We have cows. Other countries don't have cows. They have sheep and goats.
That's insane, right?
That's how they live. Just the same way we eat burgers, they eat sheep burgers or whatever. They don't have cows.
Would you buy that?
Probably not. Only because of the way it's like hard.
Isn't cheese supposed to be hard?
Not really. Provolone is like floppy. You know what I'm saying? Soft cheese.
Floppy cheese.
Good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. If something said on the menu has sheep cheese in it, I'd get it. I wouldn't be like, ooh, sheep cheese. Well, it's not that bad. All right, I'll try it.
Oh, no.
Has an interesting flavor to it.
It does.
Yeah.
I can't put anything with it though.
I can't imagine. Yeah, I'm thinking now.
I can't imagine anything that would accompany it that would make the experience more pleasant.
Maybe if you shred it up and throw it in an omelet with some tomatoes.
Maybe.
Sounds good.
That sounds good. More propaganda, fake news. NASA lands its what is it called? What is it?
It's a probe, nigga.
InSight landing on the surface of Mars. Did you see the footage?
Fake news.
Fake news.
Fake news. Show me the footage. What's the footage? That thing right there?
Right here. This
Make sure the volume's
is
off.
all the way. All the way.
Is it actual footage or is it computer generated of what they...
So
the
you
volume?
tell me it's muted.
What?
It's muted. You tell me.
No, but sometimes it doesn't mute for the actual recording for some reason.
Well, I muted the whole computer.
So they can't hear us.
They can't even hear us then. Oh no.
So just pause the music.
You gotta bro.
Alright, give volume. Unpause that music.
Unpause it.
Story because in just a few minutes, NASA is about to land its latest probe on Mars.
Fake news.
All stations to systems, we can confirm we are entry minus 20 minutes.
Its name is
Why do we need
InSight.
to hear this?
It'll be
Go
the
back,
first
right there.
lander to study the interior of
Whoa.
not enough to slow
Lower
it down
that, bro.
fully with
Jeez.
parachutes.
Generated.
Bro, but do it from here. We don't know if it's lowering us. Just mute it. We don't need to hear this. We just need to look at it. This is live video.
Live video. Breaking news. I mean, obviously this is a computer generated model.
Yo, you know what this reminds me of? Yo, you remember when they landed Curiosity? The rovers?
Yeah.
Yo, I was blown away watching that, bro. Oh, they did it. Shut up.
Yeah.
Yo, Mike.
It was going like at 8,000 miles per hour to 8 miles an hour or something like that.
That's
Something
dope.
crazy.
I didn't know that it landed like that, like a spaceship.
Yeah, it was like freaky that it let go of the parachute, right?
Yeah.
How did you let go of the parachute?
Okay, so
It was great.
with Curiosity, remember the way they did it? It was a parachute.
And then it turned into like a big bubble and it just popped and bounced
No,
everywhere.
it was. Remember, it was like coming down a parachute, and then it was. Then it dropped down like a crane, and then right at the last minute, it inflated the bubble and let go.
Boing, boing. Oh, yeah. I mean,
we've
it
come
would
so
be
far.
I know.
We're freaking landing, bro. Soon we're gonna be able to do, if we do with SpaceX.
Basically, NASA was saying, "Take that, Tesla."
Yeah,
I mean,
what
Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's dope. I didn't know it landed like that. That's insane.
Well, I mean, if it really happened, right, it would be dope.
That's right. Yeah.
But we're talking about
If there's a such thing as Mars, we don't even know.
Mars.
I've never been there. Wait, go back. So, let's go to images here. So this is apparently what it looks like right here. Bam. All right, so check it out with this thing.
Does it have a rover?
No, there's no rover. So the idea with this is it's going to stay put in the same spot. It's super sensitive. So the idea is that it would feel if Mars is moving, and with the vibrations, it can tell what the floor, what everything's made out of. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then it drops one thing. There's an arm. This arm right here. So it's insane because that stuff is on top. Look, let's see if it shows here. Right there. You see right there? It's this. It picks it up, puts it on the floor to feel it. And then there's another thing, which is this thing right here. I guess right there. It buries itself into the ground, vibrating, and all the way there, up to 16 feet down.
Okay.
We're getting advanced out there, yo.
You think that in our lifetime we'll see? We'll see. You think in our lifetime we'll see men on Mars?
Oh man, that's hard to tell. I don't know because I think what it comes down to is competition.
What do you mean? From other countries?
Yeah, because not even other countries, not anymore. Before it was countries because that's what kind of money you needed. Now businesses have enough money for that stuff. If let's say right now, okay, if NASA says, "Oh my God, we send the probe down, and it looks like Mars has a lot of gold or platinum or uranium," you know what I'm saying? Like something expensive,
something valuable.
Yeah. At that point, other countries are like, "Really? How much did it cost you to get there? And how much gold is there? The profit margin is huge. We'll go to Mars." Then I can see a race to the top. Who could get to Mars first to mine gold? And then they're gonna start planting flags, making countries on Mars. You know what I'm saying? Like saying all this land on this side is ours. Now we landed here, we're taking over. You know what I'm saying? Then I can see Elon Musk sending a probe.
You think that's what that drill is really about?
Oh, it could be. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about money, right? Because the devil.
The devil.
That's what it is.
Oh, you're just misleading people. I think that I think if you're right, if they find, I think the real agenda is here. Is there any valuable minerals and minerals?
Yeah, minerals.
Yeah.
Look. It goes
that's
down.
worth sending. More out there.
That's what it does. It goes all the way down. Look at that. And then there's a sun inside that they don't want to tell us about.
Oh, I thought there was a sun inside our planet too.
So also the asteroid belt supposedly has a lot of rare metals, but that's harder to get to for some reason. I can't wait to find out what the hell is Mars. And apparently that camera's really good, bro.
I mean, if you're gonna do this thing, you're gonna do it right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but before the cameras they had were crap, but now the cameras they got, I want to see live photo
of it.
NASA Insight
images.
Photo. Oh, there it goes. Look at that clear that is, yo.
That's insane. If that were really that's probably Arizona.
That's Arizona for sure. Look at that. That's Arizona. You can almost see the buildings in the background. Imagine you see something just
walk by,
running in the distance.
A Ford.
But look at that. It's another planet we're looking at, and that's just the first. I'm sure that camera's probably on the arm so they can move it around. I hope it's not freaking just in the way. That's insane that we can do this, though. The technology. We can go to another planet, bro.
That is insane that we could.
And apparently when this thing was landing, we already had other probes around the planet, circling the planet. I forgot what you call it, orbiting. So NASA knew that we're going to land our probe in a certain spot. So they set up the probes to watch it as it was going down from space. Is that crazy? So there's probably footage going to come out soon of
it actually going
landing from space, yeah.
And if they don't come up with it, then it's definitely
This is the
fake.
first image right here. And apparently there's supposed to be some sort of cap to protect it. And if cap
yes, I saw that. At first, I thought I was looking at a petri dish. I'm like, what? What are they trying to pull off here? Like, make some effort to make it look real. But then I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
I can't wait.
It's a screen.
I really hope that it becomes a competition because that would benefit the country so much.
But Russia's busy getting back all these little countries.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh,
we're gonna talk about that for sure. Look, there's actual footage of astronauts training. So yeah. So Dan, I can't believe I didn't talk about it.
what about Paul Manafort?
I don't know about that. Russia. Shit.
What do you think of this tie?
I think it's horrible.
I think it's Iron Man's tie.
You saw this right here? This video?
No. Put me on.
This is actual. Are you gonna show me the video, or are you gonna do this to me? Advertisement. That's why this is exactly why I do this. I just type in YouTube.
But YouTube is also gonna give us a little.
Yeah, but it's not as bad as freaking the other websites. Jeez, the other websites are. Look, this I can skip it. The website's like, oh, you gotta watch this 10-minute video.
You have to watch this video and
watch this 30. You want to watch the 30-second video? Look. This is Ukrainian warship. These two are Russian warships. This guy's trying to get away. Nope. Back up.
Yo, take over. Those are high definition sound effects.
Seriously.
Adobe.
Martial law, bro. That means the military is now
in power.
The power. Because remember, the president. I mean, I don't know if the country, how the other countries.
The president was also saying of Ukraine that there's the Russians are planning massive like
invasions
and like. I mean, what do you do?
Russia, what?
What did that say?
Russia has blocked passage of the strait using a tanker ship. Yo, it is about to go. Yo, is Ukraine? Let's see.
Let's do a little history search. What's up with this image? Is it like Dr. Day?
I don't know how to spell Ukraine. Ukraine? Ukraine is what I can.
I'm just so happy I'm not typing.
Ukraine. What's the name of the thing?
What are you trying to say?
There's like a group of countries that work together.
Ukraine. Don't know.
Let's try this. Is Ukraine and NATO? There we go. Thank you. Google.
Keep going.
Relations between Ukraine and North Atlantic Treaty Organization started in 1994. Plans for membership were shelved by Ukraine. Oh, plans for NATO membership were shelved by Ukraine following 2000, which who preferred to keep the country non-allied was elected president. Oh, you messed up, Ukraine. You've done messed up. Let's see. Maybe there's more of the story I don't know about. Who preferred to keep amid Ukraine for Ukraine 2014, blah, 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 which came, she said that the reference to the country's non-allied status, that it had no plans to join NATO. However, following the Russian military invasion of Ukraine and the parliamentary elections in October 2004, the new government made joining NATO a priority. Of course, I need protection. Before, no, leave me alone. Now I need protection. Russia's reaction to the 2008 plan of then Ukraine government to join MAP was hostile. Nevertheless, the following year, NATO spokesman said that despite Russia's opposition to NATO's eastward expansion, the alliance door remained open to those who met the criteria. Oh, so he's saying, if you meet the criteria of what to be a NATO country, then we'll consider you, I guess. According to the polls conducted between 2005 and 2013, Ukraine's public support of NATO membership remained low. That's interesting. However, Russian invasion of eastern Ukraine and Crimea, public support for Ukraine's membership in NATO has risen greatly. Of course, they need help. Always wait till last minute, right? About 50%. Some 69% of Ukrainians want to join NATO, according to the 2017 poll by Democratic Initiatives Foundation, compared to 28% in 2012. But are they? History of relations. Relations begin to Ukraine. I don't know if they are. Ukrainian bid to join NATO membership action plan 2008.
NATO. You can have that.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
What do you mean? They are what?
Vowed to support Ukraine. Wait. Okay. Initially stated they did not have intentions to make Ukraine. NATO officials vowed support for Ukraine and worked downplay tensions between Bloc and Russia. Report. I'm trying to figure out if they're part of NATO. Why can't you just answer the damn question? But it looks like it's crazy because I just read that Ukraine said, nah, we don't want to be part of NATO. And then when Russia attacked them, they're like, actually we do.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
All right, what's the name of the country again? Ukraine. Let's see if we can find Ukraine. Is this in alphabetical order? That means Ukraine got to be in the bottom somewhere. Table. Well, I don't see it here. Ukraine is not there. United Kingdom, United States. Active personnel. Look at this, bro. Okay, the country's alphabetical order. Active personnel, reserve personnel, and total of people. Let's see.
Ooh, which is number one?
Iceland got nobody? Yo, you gotta go, Iceland.
Iceland is not even worried about anything. Like, yeah, come over.
United States. Look how much people we supply. Wow, Turkey supplies a lot of people, yo. I would not think that. Right? Turkey supplies a lot.
What is this exactly? What are we looking at here?
This is the NATO. This is how much military personnel we offer. Saying like if you have a conflict, we're gonna help you guys out.
I just got news on a confirmation on a special episode of The Basement. Talk about it later. Go.
All right.
So this is the active people for their particular country, or this is what they invest into NATO?
I think this is just people, personnel. They're saying if you have a situation, we'll send this. We have this much people.
That's currently active. 1.5 million, casi, almost.
Well, that's active right now.
That's active.
This is reserve, and this is
million in reserve.
2 million.
1 million in reserve and almost 2.5 million total ready to kick yo. Yeah.
What else here? Table, country, population. Oh, this is just population.
Where's China at on this?
I don't think China's not part of NATO. I don't think so.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. This is. I just want to. I'd be interested to know what the military size is. By country, the largest.
I think China might be the highest.
In personnel, yeah, probably. Largest.
Militaries in the world. Bam.
Dude, a list.
I love this. I don't want to read anything here.
People.
I just want to see the list. Afghanistan.
¿Qué?
Nah, that's just alphabetical order. All right, let's see. What do you think it is?
Per 1,000
All right, let's go one by one. Active military. Who do you think got the highest?
Active?
Yeah, active right now.
I think it's the USA, baby.
North Korea.
Shut your mouth.
Costa. No, it's not.
That's the lowest.
China. Would you say China?
No, I did say China as the largest military, period.
Reserve military is backing up. They have people that are just waiting.
Yo, India. That's not surprising. Go back. In
North Korea has a reserve. You know why? Because everybody in the country is supposed to be in the military.
Really?
Yeah, it's like law. I think America should do that.
I don't think they should.
I think that when you graduate high school, it should be a mandatory like 2 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
You go in, come back out.
Not necessarily go overseas.
But what do you get back from
But
the
just
government?
a training.
Oh, just a training.
Just a training. I don't think you have to actually go overseas.
So you're not getting money for this either, by the way.
Well, they'll take care of you. I mean, while you're there.
But then you're on your own.
No, that's it. You leave with like a gun license, this license, this. You know what I'm saying? Like you leave set. Hold on, what are you doing, son? You trying to mess up the game?
Yo.
This guy.
He said mess up the game.
Per capita. Oh no, this is all just numbers.
So the largest one is what? Active military largest one right now?
Total. Let's just go with total. That's it. That's what you did, total. North Korea, yeah, the largest military in the world. Who would think, right?
Where are we at compared to them?
There you go. Right
there.
We're under Russia and China. And these two guys would join up against us.
And destroy us.
And even probably North Korea, honestly. We have allies, South Korea, probably Vietnam, India, I think. Yeah, India.
So if Russia and China got together, would we lose?
Nah, I don't think so. We're still America. That doesn't change.
Right? We're high on ourselves. That's what that is.
Think about the stuff we have, bro. They don't have. You saw our. Listen, man. We have our F-22, the Raptor thing. The you know what that is, right?
Do I know what that
F-22?
is? The afterburners on that bad boy.
Boom. This one airplane could probably take out like half their military by itself. This one pilot.
This
he just gotta stop for reloading.
Type in compare the size, like compare size or something.
Comparison?
No, like in real life, this is not a little thing. It looks small.
No, yeah. Look, you're a guy. You're as if the real person was here, it would be the size of this mouse finger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge, but there's actually a footage of it, like compared to like a car or something, like normal. Let's see.
Right there. Bam. Looks like Transformers. Is it Transformers? Is this a picture from Transformers? Does it look like it?
Yo, on Bay Street, they were doing some photography of some nice cars, bro. I was like, what?
On Bay Street?
Yeah, like right by the water, the way you take back home.
Yeah.
I was gonna stop and take pictures. I was like,
You know, there's a movie thing there for props. They store movie props.
Yeah.
You saw
Gotham?
Yeah, the Gotham.
Like the Gotham police.
It's pretty dope.
That is dope.
A Gotham Police Department or something like that. Yeah.
Yo, so we got a special episode coming up of The Basement. As if you guys don't know, we are not sports aficionados at all. So we have two guests that are going to come on and actually host an episode by themselves and go over sports, bro. I'm not even going to watch it myself.
When are they going to come?
This show.
Do you know what date they're going to come?
Well, he just asked me what date is good for me. So I'm thinking this weekend I don't have my son, so I could be on the third chair there and just I could be Jamie.
Oh, I can't wait to understand. I would be so lost.
So would I.
All
That's just horrible.
What's the F-22 compared to one of these ships? Let's see. What do you think it is? You think it's bigger than this? You think it's bigger than the Enterprise? This is the Russian one. This is America. This is the MiG. This thing right here is a monster.
What?
But look, it's this thing right here to me says, hey, I can't maneuver that well, but I go super fast.
Because of the extra little wings on the side? It looks like a little
This
T-Rex.
right here, I could see them freaking just falling. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, bro. Have you seen the afterburners on it? Oh my gosh. Just play a video.
Afterburner.
Ew.
What's
Don't
this?
be a special person.
This is how they have babies. They made this baby.
That looks like a video game.
Looks like. Whoa, what did you do that for?
You took it out. Damn.
What country is this? What does that say? Is this Russian? Are they catching up to us?
Oof.
But yeah. Let's see. What is this? What I'm looking at here again?
We were looking
at... The country of military and primary... Oh, that we already looked at.
Yeah, we looked at that. We could go back from that.
Who you think's... Wait, you know what? Let's go back for a second. We looked at people. Let's see if they show... No.
A list of...
Largest military... no, not largest military. Largest... Navy. No, we definitely got the largest navy.
We got the waters hard.
Yeah. The largest, most capable navy in the world is the highest command. Yeah. It doesn't even... You look up the largest military in the world, it doesn't even give you options. It says United States Navy, that's it.
It doesn't even give you like... Okay, the 10 biggest.
I think the U.S. is by far, I think. Indonesia! I would never think. But then again, they are by water.
But that's 221 ships. Oh my gosh.
Colombia!
Wepa!
Well, you know what? They got to catch the drug lords. Oh. They're coming on boats.
Or transfer the drugs.
Finland.
270.
Yeah. I could see these countries because they're all like water countries. India. Yeah, India got a lot of nukes, you know that?
India got a lot. Even in the numbers of military, they're second.
Yeah. They're allies with us, India. Pakistan is not though.
We got India though. That's what's up.
Egypt. Yo, I would never think that.
I would never think that either.
Egypt got 319 ships.
Coming in at
I
number 6.
I think they're also numbering like little boats. Russia comes in at number 5. 552 ships.
I would think that it would more up there.
Yeah, I would think so too, but whatever. Iran? But then again, look, these count as boats.
The little turrets.
They're
like Humvees on the water.
Yeah. United States, look, number 3.
What? We're number 3?
Oh my God, we're dead. 415.
It must be like one in the UK.
Probably, yeah. China.
Number 2, not a surprise.
Let's see the size difference.
Yo, look at those.
Look at the size difference. We got 450 ships ready for China. 714. That's a big difference, bro.
Look how they're like lined up from subs to like warships.
Who's number 1? Yo, I'm done. I don't even want to say it. They have the largest fleet of rowboats in the world. There's no way. I know
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Jesus. Is this fake news?
Air Force. Let's see. 10 strongest air forces in the world. No. Hello, travel. Get out of here. Why don't you
5 most powerful
country of the level? Oh. Well, let's go here first.
Mobile equipment. Yeah. Why is everything so huge?
I don't know. You did this. You shrink it. You don't shrink it? It's like negative or something.
Reset. You know what? Stop moving. Nah, we can't make it that small.
Nah, we got it.
Oh
my God.
It's just that's what it is. You gotta stop.
Jeez, what are you doing, bro? We don't got old women watching this. All right.
Damn. Sorry, all the old women that are watching this.
Nobody watches us, bro. All right. Former countries and oh man, I'm gonna get into a deep hole when I get home. All right, Afghanistan.
What is this?
I want to do a size order like I was doing the other ones. Why did you change this?
I didn't do anything, bro, but change the size.
No, I'm talking about Wiki. Why did you make this different?
Wait, go back.
Dominican Republic, huh?
I didn't.
Dominican Republic?
What?
Air Cavalry Squadron? Dominican? Yo, I didn't even know they can afford planes. Jeez. Dominican Air Force. That's a dope logo, too. The Dominican Republic Naval.
That is dope with the matches, the colors of their flag.
Yeah, that's
it looks
dope.
like a target.
Puerto Rico doesn't even have one.
That's because we're part of the U.S.
Let's see if there is though.
Who?
Puerto Rico.
So the cross?
Let's see if they show anything. No, definitely not. We're not our own country.
No, we're not, bro. Newsflash.
I mean, we are our country, but we use American military. Better said they use us.
Word. 5 most powerful navies, armies, and air forces on the planet. Boom.
The 5 most powerful navies, air force on the earth. Most powerful navies recommended. United States. First place on the list, no surprise. Okay, so what we did is looked at numbers. And this is why I said
now we're looking at power.
We're looking at power now.
Yeah.
United
and what's
States.
more important, numbers or power?
Quality or quantity? Quality.
Quality.
First place on the list, no surprise.
Just said that.
That's a little bragging, No surprise. United States Navy, which is the most ships by far. Hey, we thought that was a lie. See, but that's what I'm saying. The numbers that we saw before are like deceiving because you saw the little boats; they count as military.
Right. What constitutes a warship? What was that, bro?
I think that was an ad because as soon as the ad popped up, it made the noise.
Let me just check to see if we're still listening to our own voices, and the answer is yes.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. Like those little boats, to me, don't count. You bring a military, one of our ships.
That's like saying I have a bigger army because I have like 3,000 Humvees, but only 1 tank.
Exactly.
And you got 100 tanks that could destroy all my Humvees.
I don't know about that. I played Command and Conquer Generals, and I know how
Yo,
strong.
we should get back into that.
I saw how strong the Humvees are. I used to load up my Humvees with.
What is up with this terrorism over here on the edge?
I used to load up my Humvees
with
2 snipers and 3 rocket launchers, and I was like unstoppable.
That was such a
go away.
Whoa.
No, what are you doing, bro? You're gonna mute us.
I mute the whole TV.
Yeah, but does that mute everything?
Does it?
I don't know. I'd rather not take my
chances. Let me see something. Let me see. If it did, then we wouldn't see the bars moving on the thing.
I'm talking about this thing.
I'm talking about this thing, baby. No, that thing isn't even
flat. All right, come on. All right, so the United States past several decades include blah blah blah. All right, here we go.
United States.
The most ships by far of any worldwide. Also the greatest diversity of missions. And you know another thing too? We're more trained because we have a lot of things going on.
Oh, hell yeah.
Other countries, they do drills, but they don't do live action like we do. We get out there.
We go under, over.
Northern Navy. You know how the United States has the most aircraft carriers in the world? Double than everybody combined. And I feel like that's where the power's at.
That's where
that's a mobile base. Yeah,
it's a mobile city.
All right. What's number 2? Let's just jump down. China. The People's Liberation Army. Yo, that's Command and Conquer right there. Remember?
Oh yeah. We gotta get back into.
I forgot what they used to say.
You text me yesterday to play. I was like,
Were you sleeping?
No, I was cleaning like crazy, bro. My house looked like a disaster.
Oh, this is clean then? I'm sorry. Russia, the third on our list. Traditionally a land power. A bulk of the Soviet Navy by the end of the Cold War.
Russia's 3?
Russia's number 3.
That makes sense.
United Kingdom. I would imagine they would have a strong navy because they've been doing this since the wooden boats. You know, they took over half the freaking world. Japan, they're now our allies. That's good. So these two are allies. China and Russia are not, though. I mean, they're at, we're on, talking relations with them. Not like, that's when people say, oh, the Donald Trump, Putin is whatever to Trump. I'm like, you guys don't understand politics. Because Russia doesn't like America. They have like an in for us.
Does China?
Financially, yeah. What the hell happened?
Financially, yes.
What happened here? Why am I...
Wilding
United
out?
States again?
No, that was the beginning.
We're talking about soldiers now.
Right. It's the different types of powers. Yo, that's so annoying, that noise.
China, United States, India. Yeah, I think we saw this already, though.
I think we already knew those.
All right, let's
Get
go.
off this website, yo.
Yeah, seriously.
Shut it down. Oh, my gosh, it gets worse.
So at the end of the day, I can't... Also, the fact that we have good allies. So... We have good allies. So even if we were to get to a world war, I think we'd be good. The only thing that I would worry about a world war is nukes. That's the only thing I'd be scared about. Land, but that's why when I used to play generals with people, Command and Conquer, I'd be like, yo, no super weapons. Let's play without super. Let's play fight.
Let's fight.
Fight it out, yeah. Dude, no, that was with Peter. I was like, one time I played with Peter, you went to the cafe. This is years ago, nigga. And some Chinese kid, or I don't even know what he was. He's just Asian. He came up to me and goes, hey, you guys like the game? We're like, yeah. He's like, you guys want to play? You two versus me, my buddy. We're like, me and Peter looked at each other like, yeah, okay, come on, let's play. Because me and him are like, we're good, you know? We barely built anything and we started getting bombarded, bro.
Because they went right in.
You know what? Because they did something different. What we did was trying to build our base. You know what I'm saying? Build our thing. They were like, as soon as they got a naval, the airplane base, they built 100 of them. They didn't even focus on their defense at all.
Defense.
Not at all. They just built airplanes and they just started sending them to attack us. Just messing us up. We couldn't even fight back. We were dead.
That's a good tactic. It's always by the air.
Because they were like, who cares about our village people? Let them die. Focus on freaking attacking. That's the way I saw it. I was like, you have no honor.
All right. So it is the holiday season. It's that time for giving and sharing and caring.
Give us. Go to Patreon, give and share with us.
All the money is gonna go right back onto the show, just because we're trying to stay alive for another year.
Yeah, we don't get paid.
We don't get paid for this. It's pure out of our own hearts and entertainment to be here talking crap most of the time.
Yeah.
And for those of you who have listened and supported, good looking. And like I said, there'll be some special episodes coming up, especially now that it's football season. It'll be good to have these two guys on, let them cover all that.
Yeah.
Because we have no idea. So stay tuned for that. That's up and coming. What's up with your print shop? Business logo, name?
Hit me up. Do I have a card on me? Please. I don't think so.
Unprepared Rican. That's what we are.
Puerto Rican.
That's what we are.
Print shops in Staten Island called Shaolin Print Lab.
Put it up in the thing when you could do the editing and all that.
Yeah. I'll do Shaolin Print Lab. If you need something printed, T-shirts, sweaters, hoodies, whatever you need, Send me an email at shaolinprintlab@gmail.com. Shaolin, like Wu-Tang forever, baby.
Oh, cause Staten Island.
Staten Island wildin'.
Ooh-wee. You got the website up too?
No, not yet.
I was like, if he can't spell his own website, well, we had that problem too with the basement for a second there. For the second there, the basement had 2 T's. Remember that?
Yeah. That's my people right there.
Oh,
he breaks a stick with his neck.
Oh, God, that hurts just thinking about it.
That's my logo right there. No, it's not.
So we are on Patreon. Check out his shop. Support if you can. And we're at thebasementny.com. Facebook, Instagram, all that fun stuff. Twitch, right? We're on a few game episodes.
Check out Twitch.
Did you see the episode? I played a recent episode, but I don't know how to do any of the editing. I died horribly.
For Twitch?
Yeah.
There's no editing, bro. It's just live.
It's just live. But then you have to take it somewhere else to edit it.
If you wanted to, yeah.
Yeah, so I played an episode by myself, and it was just like nightmare. You can hear my son. You can hear my son in the background.
That's what it's to be too. You hear kids screaming in the background. I'm like, shut up!
I think that's what most audience would find entertaining. We're in this nigga's house, and his kids are wilding. But that's pretty much it. You got any plans for the holidays? Same thing, right? Same thing every year.
Yeah, just same thing.
Same thing every year. Same thing every single year. We're definitely gonna get out of here. Again, we're at thebasementny.com. Check us out. We'll see you next week. Peace.